Welcome to The Explainer. We're diving to a major new defense pact between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia, one that could seriously shake up alliances in the Middle East and South Asia. So let's break down what this deal really means for the rest of the world. So picture this. It's September 2025, and Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have just signed this landmark agreement. And right at its heart is this incredibly powerful binding promise. I mean, this isn't just your typical diplomatic fluff. It's a serious commitment, and the implications are huge. Yeah, that phrase, aggression against one is aggression against both, that is a huge deal in international relations. It signals a level of commitment you just don't see every day. So you have to ask, what's really driving this historic pact? And what message is it sending to everyone else? Now, this alliance didn't just pop up out of thin air. Not at all. Think of it as making a decades-long friendship official, a friendship that's been built on a foundation of trust and, mutual support for a long time. And if you look back, you can really see how this relationship has evolved. It all kicked off with a key agreement way back in '82. Then you had Pakistani troops actually deploying to defend Saudi Arabia during the first Gulf War. But look, it hasn't always been smooth sailing. There were some bumps in the road for sure. Take 2015, when Pakistan's parliament said no to a Saudi request for troops in Yemen. That moment really highlighted the limits of an informal friendship, which is exactly why this new, formal, binding pact is such a big deal. Okay, so the big question, why now? What pushed both countries to finally make this move? Well, while some recent events might have been the final nudge, the truth is, a deal like this has been in the works for years. And this isn't really about reacting to just one single threat. It's much bigger than that. What we're seeing here are two nations trying to diversify their partnerships. Basically, they're hedging their bets to survive in what feels like an increasingly uncertain world. And what's fascinating is that each country is coming at this from a slightly different angle, with their own set of reasons. For Saudi Arabia, a big part of it is the feeling that the U.S. isn't as reliable as it used to be, plus all those regional threats. And for Pakistan, well, they're looking to balance their deep ties with China and, of course, push back against India's growing influence. So for Riyadh, this is all about diversifying their defense. It's about building a security portfolio that doesn't live or die by Washington's unpredictable policies. They're actively looking for other reliable partners who can help them handle threats, especially from Iran, and just deal with all the instability in the region. Now, for Islamabad, this pact is an absolute game changer. First, it helps them rebalance their foreign policy so they're not quite so dependent on China. Second, it opens the door for vital Saudi investment, which is huge for them right now economically. And third, it gives them new leverage to counter India's growing influence in the Gulf. It's a strategic trifecta. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. What's actually in this deal? How does it go from being a piece of paper to actual action on the ground? The agreement really operationalizes three key things. First, you're going to see deeper conventional ties, more joint military exercises, that sort of thing. Second, there's a real industrial partnership, which could even mean they start co-producing weapons, possibly even Chinese designs. And third, well, this is the big one, the nuclear question. Yeah, so some officials have been hinting that the pact includes something called extended nuclear deterrence. And what that means, basically, is a nuclear umbrella. The idea is that Pakistan's nuclear arsenal would effectively shield Saudi Arabia from any major attack. Now, this has been whispered about for decades, but the difference now is that it's actually being discussed out in the open. But, and this is key, both sides are being super vague about the nuclear details on purpose. They haven't confirmed anything, but they haven't denied it either. This creates what experts call strategic ambiguity, and the idea is that the uncertainty itself is a powerful deterrent. Pretty clever, right? Of course, a deal this big doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's going to create some serious ripple effects. In fact, it's pretty much forcing every major player in the region to take a step back and rethink their entire strategy. And this new balancing act creates risks and complications for pretty much everyone. For Pakistan, there's a real risk of getting dragged into Saudi Arabia's regional conflicts. For Riyadh, this definitely complicates any potential future deal with Israel. And for the United States, well, it's another clear signal that its influence in the region isn't what it used to be. India, especially, is facing a real dilemma here. See, for the past decade or so, New Delhi has played its hand brilliantly, building deep relationships with everyone. The Gulf states, Israel, the US. They kind of had it all. But this new pact, with its obvious tilt toward their rival, Pakistan, throws a major wrench into that have-it-all strategy. So when you step back and look at the bigger picture, this pact is way more than just a deal between two countries. It's a symptom of a much larger global trend. And that trend is this. Middle powers are no longer just sitting around waiting for the superpowers to come and guarantee their security.
It's exactly what foreign policy analyst Joshua T. White calls a hedge against overdependence on great powers. And that really hits the nail on the head. In simple terms, countries are making their own strategic bets, so they're not too reliant on the big guys like the US or China.
And that really leaves us with a critical question to chew on. As more and more countries start forging their own paths, building their own security networks, are we entering a whole new era of global alliances? One that's a lot more complicated and maybe, just maybe, a lot more unpredictable.